they're just not sad. I think I used to write a lot of sad songs. So yeah, I really just kind of realized that a couple days ago in front of a bunch of people. Am I healed?
Walking to the party, there is barely room to breathe. I take a hit of Coca-Cola till I feel it in me. Pre-game consultation with the spirits and the cards, and what they said is something that I now hold very dear to heart. It's my time. It's my time.
I'm Eric Chan, and you are listening to Inlet Wire, your direct line to BC artists. In this episode, we've got Kay Brette. She is a Vancouver artist whose newer songs are coming from a very different place than they used to. She talks about anxiety, stepping away from music, and what helped her find her way back to music with a brand new EP.
So right now, within the last year, things have started to kick off in terms of releasing music. I've been working with your previous guest, Andy Schichter, at Park Sound Studio in North Van for the last year, just tracking some singles. And then we also tracked an EP that I'd written a few years ago, but we're finally getting it down. And yeah, so it's been really exciting to get stuff tracked and out and released in the world. It's been a goal that's been accomplished within the last year.
Music was always there, but getting to this chapter took time. For Kay Brette, the way back wasn't exactly straight.
I grew up always really enjoying singing. I really enjoyed performing sometimes, and then kind of dealt with anxiety of performing on and off throughout my life. So I would kind of take breaks, heal, come back to it. And now I'm kind of in this process of coming back to it. When I went to music school, I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do music. And then I did music school and I left it very anxious. and I compared myself to the other people in my program. I saw the drive and the passion in them to do their own projects and front their own bands. And I think I just was really insecure and had really bad performance anxiety. So I was like, okay, like maybe this isn't for me. I felt at the time that I needed to step into something more social work based or like humanitarian based work. So I kind of segued from music school into music therapy, which was that combination between those two worlds.
She goes just the way she goes, just the way she goes, just the way she goes.
Finishing music therapy, I don't know, I feel like had some things going on in my life and I built some more confidence and I kind of got excited about music again. And the spark is coming back to do music as more of a career, and I'm really excited about it. And that's kind of where I'm sitting with music now. So it's a good feeling. Feels like I'm back, back, baby.
The return didn't happen all at once. A few right people and a few right spaces helped turn that spark into something real again.
I never really stopped writing. Like, I've always been writing, even if I'm not really performing. And I always have been, like, even when I was little, it was always very cathartic and I loved creating things. But kind of what segued into performing music again was one, Andy reaching out to me last year asking if I wanted to come in, because before that, as most people know, like making music is very expensive. To have him reach out and kind of mentor me and figure out how we can do this with the funds that we had and applying for grants and all those things. So that was a huge catalyst in getting the music out there. So shout out Andy. I'll always shout out Andy.
Working with Andy at Park Sang helped shape the songs. Outside the studio, another place you might not expect helped make performing feel good again.
When I started working at the yoga studio that I'm currently working at, one of the teachers there, who's now one of my best friends, she was trying to hype me up to do one of the music classes there, live music class. And she just was like, oh, you should do it. Yeah, so she pushed me to do that. And then I've been playing music for the yoga studio for the last over 2 years now. And that's kind of been a nice segue into performing my own music, to like one, accompanying myself and doing kind of like solo performances, and then playing in front of a crowd, which was a great segue because everybody's turned away from you in the yoga class. So I just had my kind of like one of my first plugged in solo shows facing a crowd that's seated to me a couple days ago. It felt really good. It went really well, and I felt like kind of years of practicing at the yoga studio with that kind of a crowd really gently eased me back into performing again.
Trying to salvage a conversation. You're so in your head, you can tell you're not making any sense of your entire situation. And I've been patient.
Getting back into performing was one thing. Figuring out what the songs needed to say was another.
For the most part, melody comes first. I definitely hear things in music happening more easily and more commonly than lyrics to come forth. A challenge for me is finishing songs so I can kind of start a concept, but I find more often than not the lyric writing is the trickiest part for me because I want it to say exactly what I want to say, and I want it to be very like honest and authentic, and I really don't like just putting in fluff like just to fill.
I first came across Kay Brette's music was at Park Sang Studio, which made hearing the story behind how she and Andy built Coca-Cola even more interesting.
That song I feel like is the most that we really collaborated on because I didn't have strong ideas about it going in, and also had some maybe inspirations from other tracks that I brought into him. And so that was definitely our most collaborative song because we were even in separate rooms at one point. I went into a different room and I was trying to finish writing it because I only brought in probably, it was like a third of the song was done. And then so I went in and finished writing some lyrics and stuff, and then came back and he had added all of these cool weird sounds and stuff that I just loved. So yeah, definitely Coca-Cola was our biggest collaboration, but it's also like one of my favorite ones.
I've been waiting on the side. I've been smoking that divide, running circles in my mind for some place I could find my God.
Putting the songs together was one thing. Realizing what they were saying back to her happened later.
I honestly kind of realized it on stage the other day while I was talking, because I was giving little pre-rambles before each song, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, all of these are quite uplifting and I don't know, very introspective, and they're just not sad. And I think I used to write a lot of sad songs, so yeah, I really just kind of realized that a couple days ago in front of a bunch of people. I was like, oh my God, am I healed? I was like, this feels good. I feel like I'm happier as a person, and I feel like that's being reflected in my songwriting. And it's also, it makes me a little less apprehensive to share it because it is still vulnerable, but when things are a bit more of a positive message, it feels less vulnerable than sharing something that's vulnerable and it's sad, if that makes sense.
And that was Kay Brette. You've been listening to Inlet Wire, your direct line to BC artists.